Hey, how we doing? First of all, I just want to say sorry the last video got cut off. Obviously, I was quite worried, and yeah, thanks for people that reached out. I did manage to get in touch with Amanda, and yeah, she says at least everything's okay. I mean, she's a very busy lady. She's she's like head of audit at like a big consultancy. But I do worry about her sometimes. Like. After the divorce, so also being divorced and everything, right? Like, yeah, sometimes she's a bit mechanical. I hope she's okay. Yeah, I hope she's okay. Anyway, so yeah, sorry about that. Was a bit worried. I've the big one that was really and also managed to get a bit of sleep. Got some treatment for the implant. So hopefully that's going to die down now. It's definitely itching less. So yeah, so hopefully calm down a little bit, and we can see if we can get ourselves back together and look at some of the other papers that are around this the emergence of the SGIA, because I really think it's a huge thing, right? A huge new issue, we're going to crack on by picking up the ant paper. Okay, yeah. So this is the Fernandez paper, which came out 10 years earlier. And it's supposed to be the first sign that people have identified. He wrote just this one paper, and it's already. I mean, so we're just going to go through the abstract today. He hasn't published anything else at all. It's like he's disappeared. Like he's just gone, right? I mailed him, right? So I found an email address, so sent him a message. I haven't heard anything back yet. So yeah, because normally, you describe a new species, right? You're gonna have you and a bunch of other authors going to show up on your door suddenly. You're going to be like, hey, I'm a behavior guy, like I want to look at your new species. Like, hey, I'm the ecology guy, like I want to see how it fits into the habitat. Hey, I'm the I'm the energy nutrient systems guy, like I want to do an experiment with your blah blah blah. Normally when you get a big paper like this and he's sole author, so he's just gone out into the jungle in Brazil and found this new species of shiny metallic ant, right? Normally there's there'll be a deluge of papers afterwards, right? And him, because he's, this is the other weird thing. I mean, I will come back to it in a minute, but I think he's just a taxonomy guy, right? Just go out. He loves ants, right? One of these guys that's just really interested in ant taxonomy. They're often not, they're very rigorous old school scientists. They go out, they draw things, they take photos, they do the hard work on the ground, go and explore and find places. And they spend a lot of time working in museums and going through old studies of things, right? But there's no molecular genetic work in this paper. He's an old school taxonomy guy. You would expect him to be then co-author on a bunch of other papers from his discovery, right? And this is his big shot, right? His H index should blow up. He's gone, right? I can't find him. So yeah, that's strange. So next step, I'm going to try and see who's citing his paper. Yeah, so maybe I can find some people that are at least using his work. Anyway. Let's dive in. So, a remarkable new species of not taxonomist. Okay, all right. I had to sit down and really thrash some of this stuff out. Okay, and I apologize for my description, right, and my use of Latin and Latin Greek words. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, Italians, Greek people. I'm sorry, okay? All right? I'm going to get it wrong, okay? So correct me in the comments, right? A remarkable species of Paraparatrechina which is a Hymenoptera. I know that one. Got that one. Formicidae, Formicinidae. Yeah. So it's and that's Hymenoptera are the things with narrow waists, like wasps and ants, and then there is an ant. So it's a true ant. Okay. So yeah. I got the top level stuff, the undergrad level taxonomy stuff in the brain bank still. Okay, so it's a new type of ant, right? In the Amazon River Basin, Brazil. There it is, right? That's the title. So we found this new type of ant. It's in the Amazon River Basin. Okay, that's the title. Okay, God. That was just the title. Okay. When we get to the materials and methods section, I might just say, read this taxonomy bit if you're interested. Okay. So starts off pretty simple, right? So new ant species, which is so Paraparatrechina Nila. Sorry, so the species Nila, right? Okay. So Dawson thought 1947 was the guy that first discovered it. Sorry, yeah. So because when you're talking about a genus group, you sometimes put the initial person that discovered it first. Yeah, again, I remember these things, right? So he's got a novel species with a captivating metallic oily coloration. Let's just make sure I can read the whole thing. With a metallic oily color is described based on the worker caste in the Amazon River Basin in Brazil. This discovery signifies the first new species of this ant genre in 121 years. 121 years! So it's like we haven't found, we thought we got all these guys, okay? Since the description of a sole previously known species, P. aceta, in the Indian subcontinent. Okay, so 121 years, one species in India, Brazil, yeah. I mean, that does happen, yeah. Especially with insects and beetles and ants and stuff. There's a lot of species, right? They're all over the place. So we don't know them all yet. So chances are it's it's not as weird as when you get a mammal that shows up, or sometimes when you find genetic relatives in humans. So when they quite a few years ago when they found a load of Aboriginal DNA in people living in the Amazon, it was like, whoa, okay, we got to rethink things. We got to rethink taxonomy. With insects, they fly. There's a lot of species. We don't have them all. It's not the end of the world, right? So this is still cool and novel and interesting, but P. nila was observed with unique patterns of colonial behaviour, now which the author attempted to model uses cellular automata. So, okay, right. So I have read the paper in part, okay, and this is the thing. I went to look at his bio, which again it hasn't been updated for ages, right? He doesn't look like a mathematician. But this is advanced. Cellular automata is like the Wolfram stuff. It's I can't understand the maths in it. It's like top level research mathematics. He doesn't have a co-author. Where did this come from? The rest of his papers don't have any of this. It's like he's suddenly become like a mathematical savant and then disappeared off the face of the earth. The weirdness just keeps going, okay? It's very strange. And then the novel oily metallic the novel metallic blue-purple oily coloration of P. nila remains unique and hard to explain and describe. And he hypothesizes that this is it's caused by nano pigmentation, and that it might not actually, because it wasn't on all of them. Yeah, so it looked like an infection. He hypothesized, right? And also he couldn't preserve it in the photos, right? So you get the blue purple in some of them a little bit. I'll try and get the photos up and show you, but doesn't, you look at it and just like, okay, yeah, that looks like a slightly bluey ant, right? Like slightly metallic, right? But he describes it in the same detail. Like, that's the thing that was real weird. He describes it the same way that when you see people with the SGIA, like that there are these swirling deep colors that don't end. Like there are colors that you don't understand inside it, right? He has that same description. And then he says it fades when he tries to preserve them. And you can't get them in the photos. And that trying, to keep the SGIA preserved on organic tissue, they need to freeze it in liquid nitrogen. Yeah, which he wasn't going to do that, right? He's just going to put them in formaldehyde like everyone else does with ants, right? So, yeah, I might need to hold up a little bit on doing the going through the math. I can go through and start doing the taxonomy bits, and we'll do that. But I'm trying to get in contact with another mathematician because cellular automata's out of my ballpark, right? Like, and it's not even. It's he's using notation that I don't understand. Like I came from a stats background, like I like lots of Greek letters, please. Okay. Like maths, classic maths. Yeah. Like no numbers bigger than a 7. Okay. And lots of Greek letters, please. Yeah. And differential symbols. Yeah. I can do that bit. Okay. All right. Okay. This is just squiggly lines, man. It's proper hardcore maths, like pure maths. And it's I'm struggling. So we will come back to Mr. strangely, amazingly mathematically talented taxonomist Fernandez, and keep going. See you soon.